Hello YouTube, hope you're doing very well and welcome to another video. So before I actually get into this whole video, I've actually already edited it and I did upload it yesterday, so you will be seeing it the next day. But I got a comment and I just wanted to add this segment into the video just to clear a few things up, okay? First things first, I'll let you know what this video is going to be about. So it's going to be my morning routine, my supplement stack in terms of health supplements I'm taking, and my check-in with Tim. I always love check-ins. You should always be excited about your check-ins as a client. So I'll take you through that whole process and kind of what's happened when I've taken 5 days off of the gym. And that was all because I was feeling pretty fatigued. I got my blood test coming up. I had my blood test taken. I take you through a bit of the food I'm eating throughout the day, my pre-workout, my breakfast, post-workout, all these different things, talk about cheat meals and how I manage them. I take you through a full training session, my upper session. I give you an entire walkthrough, a physique update post-workout, as well as that a fasted physique update. So I take you through my whole honest, true fasted physique update 5 days post deload, and then I take you through all the changes that Tim is making throughout the check-in itself, because it's exciting stuff. And this leads on to exactly what I want to say. Well, also I go over some future goals that I've set for myself, but honesty and transparency is something I've always preached. That is why I share the information I do. I'm open and honest because I don't want to deceive anyone. I want everyone to know every bit of my journey, right? I think that's always interesting. People who document everything from the start, they're honest and they're transparent. And just because I do that does not mean I preach anything I do, or, well, I do in terms of my training and nutrition, right? But I do not preach the use of anabolics, okay? I do not want anyone being influenced to try that side of things, okay? Honestly, just please stay natural. The only reason I have gone to this side is because I've got crazy big ambitions, right? In all honesty, I want to be an IFBB pro one day. That is one of my biggest goals of all time, and I'm going to do everything I can to get there. And that does involve going down the assisted side of things, right? I want to compete in 2027, and as an assisted athlete, I want to see what my body is truly capable of if I push things to the max in all realms. And that's why I've taken that route, right? But I've been training as a natural bodybuilder, or was a natural bodybuilder, for 8 years now, right? I've done multiple natural bodybuilding shows. I know I love this sport, and you know, now I've been assisted for 2 months, and this video kind of takes you through a few of the things that I'm doing now. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. I know this little segment was a bit of a ramble, but I just wanted to talk about it because I do not promote the use of any of that. And I hope the videos don't come across like that either, because that is never my intention. My intention is just to document everything, one, for you guys for educational purposes, and for some of you who might just live vicariously through me, who don't want to go to that side of things, and you can see what my life is like. But then also you might just learn a bit because it's interesting, right? Who knows? But please stay natural, okay? If you're already assisted, well, hey, enjoy the videos, right? But no, I hope you don't get that idea that I'm trying to promote things, because I'm not, right? So on that note, enjoy the rest of the video. Ramble Mikey is out of here. I'll catch you in the next segment where the video actually properly starts. Hello, welcome back to another video, YouTube. Hope you're doing very good, whether it's morning, evening, afternoon, hope you're good. Welcome back to another video. So it's been a couple days since I've done one of these vloggy style videos, just because I've been on my 5-day deload. Nothing interesting has really happened bar me working and then eating rest day food. So not much to go over. However, today, what is occurring is I am getting my first blood test done since becoming enhanced. So I'm gonna be going over to a clinic to get my blood drawn. I have got it already with me. So it's this one here, the Ultimate Performance Blood Test. 235 quid, by the way, pretty expensive. And apologies for the messy flat. Messy most of the time. I've got my laundry on, I've got the washing machine on, all these different things going on at once. But first protocol, woken up already, as you can tell, brushed my teeth, gotten ready, had my electrolyte formula, had my supplements in the morning, which I can take you through. Maybe I will, maybe I'll show you. Got back to client replies and banged through a couple of check-ins already. So I think I've only got 4 left to do for today, which is lovely stuff. It's been a long but productive and great morning. Everyone's smashing it as always. And now I'm probably gonna make another decaf coffee. I'm not having any caffeine this morning because of my blood test, and I am actually fasting up until the blood test, which is at 11 a.m. And I don't necessarily have to. However, I think it will give more accurate representation of my bloods. I've had 5 days off of training, so there's not gonna be any markers that are skewed because of me training heavy in the gym. My body's had 5 days worth of rest, and then I'll bring a meal with me, eat it as soon as I'm done with the blood test, and then go straight to train, which is gonna be a 2 to 3 reps in reserve reserve session, pull back on the volume ever so slightly. Is actually a pull day today, and I'll take you through that full pull day. Just speak about the little cues behind the training itself. It's going to be more of like a mini full day of eating, mini day of training, day in a life, all of it combined. But it really is getting chilly in the UK at the moment. I am freezing. I've actually got my radiators on for the first time since I've moved into this flat, and they have been saving my life. I cannot lie to you. This nice big fluffy jumper's doing wonders too. I want to give you a little rundown of how things have been during this deload, so you've got a rough idea of what's like happened with my weight and stuff. I was actually watching Nath Sar's Big Dog, if I'm sure you know what he is, the Big Dog cast. I was watching him this morning, getting a bit of a Monday morning motivation. Well, no, it was Tuesday morning, but yeah, it feels weird because of these rest days. But anyway, in regards to what's happened to myself in weight wise, I've actually lost quite a bit of weight, guys, and it's going to be down to dropping a bit of fatigue, resting more, sleeping more, feeling more fresh, all these different things accumulating together. But this morning I woke up at 81.8, right? That is extremely light. I was 85.5 at one point. That's kilograms, and yeah, 81.8 now. Yesterday, 82.4, 82.6, 82.7, 83.6, 83.8 is what I started the deload at, and I'm down 2 kilos from when I started the deload, which is pretty insane. However, this morning I did wake up a little bit lighter than yesterday, so I was 82.4 yesterday, 81.8 this morning, because I've got a very dodgy stomach. So I actually woke up, went straight to the toilet, and it wasn't the good type of toilet, right? You know, when it's at number 3, right? So that wasn't very, very nice, and that dropped my weight down quite a bit significantly this morning. And sleep wasn't too good because my stomach hurt a bit, and I can't necessarily put it down to anything specific. I think the one thing that maybe I've done differently is I have ran out of my L-glutamine, so I've got to get that on order again, make sure that I am on top of that. But yeah, weight's gone down quite a bit, and that's been 5 days worth of rest, and today's a training day, so I'm back onto my normal food as well. And obviously my rest days are significantly lower than my training days as well, right? 2,630 calories on my rest day, 3,030 on my training day. So yeah, your boy is hungry this off season, that's for sure. I've always had an appetite. I've never struggled to eat throughout the off season ever, and I'm one of those people that grows on a very low amount of food. I always have been. Who knows, maybe tomorrow I'll get my first food bump up in 8 or 9 weeks, I think. Yeah, 8 or 9 weeks staying on this exact same macros. Yeah, I've been starving ever since I finished prep. But anyway, let me take you through the morning subs. Okay, so this is pretty much everything. You can't see it, but I'll show you a bar, my sort of special sort of supplements there, but that's all the same. First thing I take fasted in the mornings is 4 servings or 4 capsules, sorry, of cardiac support. So that's something for the enhanced side of things. 2 capsules or 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C. And then I have 10 grams of creatine every single morning with a serving of hydrate electrolyte, my favorite flavor, watermelon coconut. I have that in the mornings and during my workout. So like intra workout, I guess you could say. And then what I will have later, which I won't show you, but I usually have this after meal too, is 2 servings of D3 plus K2, minoxidil, 2.5 milligrams. I take omega-3s as well, and advanced magnesium biglycinate. The only thing missing from this right now is my L-glutamine, which I've just got to put on order. Don't think I've missed anything else out. Pretty simple supplement stack, nothing crazy about it. I definitely want to get back into my sort of gut microbiome health phase. If you remember in prep when I had my morning poopy drink, but I don't really struggle with poos at the moment, but still I want my gut to be healthy. But that covers the morning supplements, nothing too interesting. Okay, now for the rest of the morning, this is exactly what I'll be doing. Walking on my walking pad, getting a couple of steps. I'm gonna get my outside steps by walking to the actual clinic itself. I'm getting them collected in Superdrug. If anyone's wondering where I did it, that blood test itself is from MediChecks. Nice and simple, getting everything I need done. 56 biomarkers, I believe it is. But now, plan of action, finish off today's check-in, wait for any of the later check-ins to come in for people who are in different countries, different time zones, and anyone who might have submitted it late, and then make sure I'm on top of everything else. edit a few YouTube videos, obviously be responding to clients who respond from their check-ins and any responses and messages I get throughout. So that's kind of the plan of action. It is 9 a.m. right now, and I'll do that up until another hour and a half, and then I'll look at leaving at around 11:15, 10 to 11, and then we'll head over for the blood test, which I won't film or anything. I'll just take you through it because I don't know the person doing my blood test. I don't want to make them feel too awkward. But yeah, let's smash it. Fantastic day so far. Tuesday mornings are always very, very busy in terms of check-ins. Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays specifically are pretty hectic ones. But hey ho, when you love it, it doesn't matter, eh? Right, let's get onto it. Catch you whatever I'm doing next. It'll probably be after blood test and making my pre-workout meal. We are back from the blood test, and it was pretty simple, nice and easy, right? Walk into Superdrug, that's where I got it collected. It was like a pre-booked phlebotomy or blood test, whatever you want to call it. Just sat in there, she collected my bloods, told me how to send it off, sent it off to the post office. Voila, should get results in the next 3 days, and I will be making a full YouTube video breaking down everything so you guys can see. But I did actually have a nice old Starbucks Costa on the way back. I got their new caramel nutcracker latte. Every once in a while, I do like to treat myself to a latte, believe it or not, all right? And it was mid. It was very, very mid. I simply much prefer Americanos, maybe with a splash of skim milk or a splash of oat milk, sugar-free vanilla. Tastes a hell of a lot better to me. But anyway, what I have done is I've made some substitutes to fit in that sort of a latte, because I still like to be within my calorie limits for the day. Like, if anyone out there, especially any clients listening, if you want to make those small adjustments, right? Say if you're out in town with your partner, family, whoever it might be, and you grab a coffee, you grab some food, either reduce the next meal, remove the next meal, make some adjustments, fit your calories in, it's no issue whatsoever. Now, obviously, if you're in prep or the latter end of a diet, that's where you got to be a bit more stringent, right? Because those things can have a massive impact. And today, I'm treating it as a bit of an off-plan day, where my off-plan days, all I do is not necessarily like order foods or anything. I just make like a switch here and there, and I'm getting kind of bored of the rice. I wasn't fancying rice and chicken today for my pre-workout meal. I wanted something more fun, right? It isn't the best for me. It isn't going to conduce of the most gains. However, I felt like having a latte, and I felt like having some cereal. So my pre-workout meal is some cereal, blueberries underneath, some whey drip on top, Dubai chocolate flavor, and then some almond butter on top. And then all I've done is reduce the amount of cereal, reduce the amount of almond butter. So that accounts for the latte, the amount of calories the latte was, which I think was like 150 calories, because I got a skinny and a small, and the rest of the macros perfectly match up with what would have been left over for my pre-workout meal, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm eating there, and this just keeps my diet fresh. And in the off season, I do like to give myself a bit of flexibility here and there, but don't get me wrong, I am a creature of habit, so I like having that consistency there as well, where I do eat the same things every single day, and I think it's because I've had this bit of an upset stomach and I don't have a lot of time. This is probably the main reason. I don't have a lot of time to go to the gym right now. It lasted a lot longer than I want. It's currently 12:30. I wanted something to eat very, very quickly so I can go to the gym, and this is going to digest fantastic. I know cereal is fine to me, so let me give you a little taste test. Spot on. Like, how can you not enjoy that? Beautiful stuff. So I'm going to eat this, and then I'm going to walk you through my entire pool session. Might give you a physique update. I'm going to be incredibly flat because I've lost a lot of weight, had this upset stomach, and then lost, it's been 5 days off of the gym too. And then might take you through a post-workout meal maybe, but then I'll catch up with you tomorrow and give you an update on check-ins from Tim, see if there's been any changes. So on that note, catch you guys soon. It's going to be a 2-day vlog. Okay, I'm going to do a nice little voiceover for this one here, and this is a full upper session. So I just did a makeshift upper session because I wanted blood flowing throughout my entire body, so I had a filthy pump, not just back, because I felt really flat everywhere. But as always, starting off on abs, 2 to 3 reps in reserve on everything this session, really focusing on control and spinal flexion and keeping my hips locked in position. Moving on to a upper back chest supported row. This one here, key tip for anyone who does this, is really brace yourself. So make sure sure you're in a stable position and really focus on driving your elbow down into your hip, okay? Not back, down and into your hip. That way you will engage maximum amount of lat, okay? And also don't curve into your lat because then you're pre-shortening it. You want to stay nice and upright and only move your lat, okay? Don't move your body towards the cable. Don't pull, don't twist sideways. Elbow down to hip. That is exactly what you should be thinking. Controlled the whole way through. Execution, intensity, and accuracy is number one. I'll preach that till the day I die. Now, moving on to a T-bar row, I actually used a different one today. This one here felt really, really good. If I stood on the actual pads itself, I just lost a lot of balance, felt a lot better like this. Once again, really focusing on the squeeze at the top. And then when I'm letting it go back down, I let my scapulars retract nearer to the bottom. But then I'm focusing on really letting my back stay maximum tension throughout the whole movement, especially on the way down, squeezing and pinching at the top as hard as I can, even engaging my traps a little bit. So this one's a good movement. Definitely want to build up strength on that. Did a bit of lateral raises here. You guys have seen me do this plenty of time. Go up relatively high and control it on the way down, making sure all tension is on the side delts, okay? Number one priority there. I don't actually grip hold of the handles. I pretend like I'm holding a dumbbell. It just helps my mind muscle connection a hell of a lot. And nearer to the end of this movement, you'll see me do a couple half reps. Normally I don't do them. However, I just wanted like a pump, right? I wanted blood flowing through my body. I don't necessarily think half reps are amazing for hypertrophy just because you will be taken away from your next sets and you want maximum stimulus out of all of your sets. And then using half reps as an intensifier will just take away from your next sets where you really want to focus on progressive overload and progressive overstimulus, right? Moving on to this fantastic incline chest press, which I really like. Key focus here is not allowing my elbows to flare, okay? My elbows are nice and tucked in. I've got the perfect grip where I'm not prioritizing my shoulders or my triceps. I've got great engagement throughout my chest. When I'm going to the top, I can almost scoop my elbows in and scoop my chest up, which really, really does get a lot of blood flowing through my upper chest. Key tip here, if you can't feel your muscle during the movement, you're doing something wrong or your setup's wrong. Send your coach form videos, right? This is why I always preach form videos, or even just to film your workouts. Whenever clients send me videos, I will make small little tweaks, and then the next session they'll feel it a hell of a lot better, because if you're not creating stimulus in that targeted muscle group, then it is a pointless movement, okay? You want to make sure that you are creating as much tension on that targeted muscle group, and with this, I feel my upper chest a lot. This one here, fucking hell, I look pretty good in this one. I think the lighting was doing me a bit too nice here. Just a little tricep exercise extension with the Vulcan grips. Felt really, really good. My triceps are something I 100% want to bring up, and this movement, I love it, right? Normally I don't do it too often. I do prefer like overhead and straight bars, but today pumpy, felt fantastic, and they look pretty cool. Maximum tension, don't forget. And then moving on to this bicep variation, which I've seen a couple people do. I don't think I've set this one up properly, so you know, I'm glad I recorded, because I can see that I need the bench a little further back, and I think I want to sit a little further back as well. But this one here, the whole focus of it is allowing the cable, when it goes back down, it lengthens my bicep to its absolute maximum. So I've got pure tension on my bicep, not letting it engage my forearm as much as it is here. I don't think I created maximum lengthenage. And then really at the top, squeezing and almost pretending like I'm bringing my pinkies in towards themselves. Okay, so twisting my pinkies in to really squeeze my bicep. So yeah, fantastic one. And this one here, yeah, I saw this. I was like, bloody hell, I look pretty big. I'm pretty happy with how we're looking. And I haven't wore a tank top in ages. I thought, you know what, today, first session back, I want to feel good. Veins were popping, pretty cool. Delts are looking big. Delts have definitely grown. So yeah, that's for sure. You will see on the thumbnail like two little side by sides of my side chest, and it's definitely grown. Like, really happy at how things are going. But this one here, you know, I love this movement, really focusing on keeping locked in and braced, allowing my elbows to have a slight bend, maximal stretch, and when I'm at the top, focusing on bringing my elbows together, not my hands, and it's at a slight incline as well, because why not get a bit more incline? And now here is a physique update. Not too shabby, definitely a little flatter. You know, my right leg I've still got problems engaging with since prep, which is a bit of a bull leg, right? I don't really like how that looks like in most poses, but felt sick in this posing room. You know, lighting does wonders, and you know, I'm not too mad about the physique. Hey, if I want to chase an IFBB Pro card, got to add on another solid 15-20 kilos of muscle on top of this frame, but we're getting there slowly, that's for sure. Okay, I am back, and it is the next day, so you would have seen some sort of physique update, I guess you could call it, in the gym somewhat. I missed some of my favorite poses, so like a most muscular, but anyway, it doesn't matter because I'm about to take you through my morning check-ins, because today is a check-in day for myself. I've just wrapped up all of my clients' check-in days, and I've just had an inquiry come through. I've got a consultation call today at 4 p.m, and it is my first leg day back. I'm still waiting for Tim to reply to me, which isn't an issue because he's busy. He's got a hell of a lot of clients, so that's fine. I have just made up my meal number one. 200 grams potato, 100 gram egg whites, 2 large eggs, and 100 gram of veg, and a bit of zero added ketchup on top of there. But before I do that, I want to kind of take you through my check-ins this morning. So what I'll do is I will actually pop the camera a little more this way so I can pop them up to the left of me, ignore my messy flat. But anyway, yeah, really happy with the look this morning. I've got a new check-in setup, I guess you could say, where I've got like this big ring light, and I'm still adjusting the light and getting used to it. Hence why I do look pretty tanned in that, which, hey, I can't be angry about. But I have actually dropped a lot of weight, guys, if I'm honest with you. I am 82.0 kg as of this morning, and I hit a low weigh in yesterday of 81.8, which I mentioned in the start of the video. So my average this week was 82.7. The week before it was 84. The week before that it was 84.6 on averages, these are, and the most I was weighing was 85.5 at one point. So on average, I've lost how much in the last 2 weeks? 2 kilograms, right, on average. But then from peak weight, let's say 85.5, I am down 3.8 kilos, something along the lines of that, which I'm not too mad about because the deload is there to reduce a bit of fatigue, get better sleep, better recovery, etc., etc. And I've been eating my rest day food. So yesterday was my first day back on training day food. You would have seen the training footage, and I ended up doing a bit of an upper session instead of just pull because I just felt really deflated and flat everywhere. And today's my full leg session back. I've asked him if I'm okay to go full intensity, and I'll just wait back to get the green light from him. Just got some Joe Gan on my screen, Ganabolic. I don't know if you can see, I'll twist the camera a little bit. There he is, whilst eating my meal number one. I'm sure all of you that watch me probably watch Joe Gan as well. Sick YouTuber, sick mentality, and you learn a lot from him, that's for sure. And I hope I bring some sort of education towards your fitness journey as Joe brings to me, that's for sure. But yeah, very, very happy with the look, happy with how things are looking, happy with the trajectory that we're heading in, that's for sure. I'm not sure what's going to go on from here. If there are any PED changes, food changes, I will update you in the next video, but then also I'll give you like a little brief update if Tim does get back to me, because I want to get back, I want to upload this video by latest today, you know, after my leg session, hopefully. Which he will get back to me before then. It's usually around 11, 12 he gets back, so absolute perfect timing for me. But I wanted just to eat meal number one in case my pre-workout meal does change and I can kind of work around that. But do I look at the photos and the videos and am I happy with how I look? This week, relatively, yeah, if I'm honest with you. I've been training so hard. I've been so dialed in on my nutrition, my sleep, my supplementation, everything is on point. I could not complain more with the position I'm in. I think my actions are reflecting my results at the moment. The more effort I put in, the more I get out, exactly what I say to my clients. And I'm really trying to preach that at the moment. Like, this has been the most successful off season of my entire life for sure. I have never been this lean at this weight. Whenever I hit over 78 kilograms, let's say, I look like a fat blob, right? And my abs are still semi there somewhat. I can still pull a vacuum. All these different things. And even when I was 85.5, I was pretty happy with how I look like. The only thing I don't like at the moment is my old chubby face, but that's why I'm trying to grow out the beard, right? I'm staying as patient as I can be. Also, random thought, speaking of Joe Gan, I got this new hoodie and a couple new hats and I actually used this code. So Joe, thank you for that, mate. I doubt you watch these videos. If you do, mate, drop a comment. I would love to see, but I really doubt Joe is watching anyone like me. But anyway, yeah, happy with the physique updates. I will eat this. John, I'll give you a little taste test, even though this isn't a full day of eating. The potatoes, I make them in chips, put them in the air fryer. Love it. banging stuff. I'll catch you when Tim gives me an update, and then I'll end the video there, because I kind of want this video just to be yesterday update, today update. Next video will probably be a full day of eating PED update if they are updated. If not, it will be a blood test results video. And then actually on Saturday, I don't know if you guys know who he is. You probably do. Ed Likes Lifting on Instagram. And me and him are heading up to Dave Train's event in Manchester for Vanquish, which Joe Gann's going to be there as well. So that's hype as hell. We're going to hit a session quite early on, and then the event starts at 1. I'm taking a train up. It's like a 4-hour train. So I'm going to be gone from 6 a.m. to probably 10 p.m. on the Saturday. But hey, I'm really excited for it. So if any of you are going, leave a comment below. I'd love to catch some of you there. But anyway, catch you when Tim gives me an update and when I eat this, because I'm hungry. Okay. Check-in received from Tim, and a few changes have been made. Probably not what you're expecting. Regardless, I've got my pre-workout meal here, and I made it with pasta instead of rice. You know I sometimes do that switch between pasta and rice. That's 125 pasta, 8 macadamia nut oil, 8 grams, 100 grams of veg, 50 grams of beetroot, and I've done broccoli, cauliflower and carrots, and then 150 grams of raw weight chicken. I have actually started weighing out my salt every single day now. I put it in a container. I'm doing 10 grams of pink salt every day, which might be a bit too much, but we'll see. Tim's put 8 grams on it, but I know I've been using more than that, so I'm kind of tapering it down. I'm probably gonna switch to like 6 grams of pink salt, 4 grams of low salt eventually. I'll have a little word with him. But crust with the check-in, the changes that have been made is just a PED escalation. So I've gone to 250 milligrams per week now, so that's been upped. After being on 200 milligrams per week for 4 weeks. Nothing crazy, right? And obviously still waiting to get my bloods back, but that escalation isn't gonna cause any differences. We know I'm all okay. The bloods are just there to back that up. I've pulled out L-carnitine, so no more L-carnitine, because I was getting a lot of post-injection pain from it, PIP pain, so that is completely out. In terms of food, everything stayed the same. Tim is really happy with the look, and he just kind of wants to see how my body responds to things, how we go about it, how next week is gonna look. You know, we dropped a hell of a lot of inflammation throughout this last week, and he said I look so much better for it. And it's a case of essentially now he's got data there saying when he pushes me hard, I do hold on to a lot of inflammation, a good chunk of water. So it's important we use that pull and push technique, right? Which he's got good data going forward. Now that could change when I'm in preps and stuff. But then we also had a conversation about me prepping in the future. And I think 2027 is going to be the one, right? Tim said probably classic short, which is pretty exciting. I never thought I'd do classic. He said just with my quad sweep, the way I can pull my vacuum, he thinks I'd be really suited towards classic. And regardless, I will nowhere be big enough for bodybuilding in the enhanced realm of things. That's not to say I will be for classic anyway, but we can do our best, see what happens within the next year, because he said within what I've done in 9 weeks whilst becoming enhanced, it's pretty cool. And as well as that, like, you know, winning an overall whilst natural, not many people can say they've done that. And he thinks my potential is pretty sky high. Obviously not going to say I can go to the Olympia or anything, but we've got big goals, right? We'll see what we can do. And it's just exciting. So everything stayed the same. My actual training has been pulled back. So now I am doing what I was doing when we started, right? A little bit less volume in everything. And then the rest of this week is going to be 2 to 3 reps in reserve on compounds, 1 to 2 reps in reserve on accessories. And then next week back to full throttle and see if we need to change anything based off of bloods. But that is going to cover this video. And a relatively quick one in terms of, you know, no actual full days of eating, even though I showed you a bit of my food, right? I'll give you a little taste test of this, a little bit of the pasta. Hits the spot every single time. But no, I've got to eat this and go train legs as soon as possible because I have got a consultation call at 4 o'clock. So on that note, hope you guys enjoyed. Black Friday deals on the Perform website. Check it out. Click the link in my description and use code Mikey. If you go through the link and then use my code, it does directly support me. That was disgusting. Apologies for that. And then please do send me a screenshot if you do use my code because I want to thank every single one of you. If you're interested in coaching whatsoever, also click the link in the description and you can inquire for coaching for completely free. And we can have a chat about where you want to go to and how I'd work with yourself. But other than that, keep chasing your goals, keep chasing your dreams. Appreciate all the support on the YouTube. It has been immense. Seriously, I can't believe it. It's crazy. And I have no plans in slowing down, all right? See you later, guys. Take it easy. What a beautiful day.